Hey socialites, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Ariell. I create mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle vlogs. So if that's the type of content you enjoy, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and become a socialite. So today's video is going to be my November makeup tray. This is like my third or fourth month doing the makeup tray, and it's starting to become one of my favorite videos to record. The point of the makeup tray is for me to pull out some products that I want to get to throughout the month. Sometimes newer products or older products sort of get pushed to the background and I forget about them, having such a huge collection. So with the makeup tray, I like to put the products on the forefront that I want to utilize for the month. Also, it cuts out on excess spending, buying things that we already have or buying things that's just too redundant. On the last couple videos, you guys told me that it was super helpful, so let's just jump right into it. First product is a newer product to me. I've only worn it a couple times, maybe 2 or 3 times so far, and this is a product that I picked up during the Sephora sale recently, and it's the Caliray So Blown primer. Now this primer is for the straight up oily girl. It's a super oil controlling primer, but I like the fact that it doesn't make your skin look dry. This is one of those products that will keep the shine away and keep your makeup matte for the entire day. A little bit goes a really long way, so if you don't have oily skin, if you have like normal to combo skin like me, you need to literally use less than a pea size, but since it's new, I want to play around with it more and see how it works with other makeup combinations. Next product on the tray is going to be the Caliray Surf Proof Setting Spray. Now this did come in a set with the actual primer, 2 full sizes for $42, and not bad. Helps your makeup to be more long wearing, but at the same time it's hydrating. It's so hydrating that they recommend that you spray more on throughout the day for added hydration. I feel like that's very different because typically a setting spray that locks you in for long wear is not hydrating, and you definitely don't reapply throughout the day. So definitely going on the tray. I want to play around with this a little bit more and use it not only with other makeup combinations, but I also want to try it out without the primer because I know this primer is going to lock you in. So I want to see if the setting spray does the same thing on its own. Next is another setting spray that I picked up during the sale as well, and it's the Mercier Translucent 16-hour spray. Now I've only tested this on my hand. I hadn't used it on my face yet, so it's definitely going on the tray to try it out. When I sprayed it on the hand, it sort of reminded me of hairspray. So not like an aerosol hairspray like the one size spray, but more so like, remember Pump It Up and Spritz? It's in that similar type form, but it also gave me that type tackiness when I sprayed it on my hand. So we're definitely putting this on a tray and putting it to test. So let's jump into the foundations that are going on the tray. This one's the Smashbox Halo Glow All-in-One Moisturizer. I've only worn this maybe 2 or 3 times, but I love it. It's such a beautiful product. This is one of those tinted moisturizers that went sort of viral a couple months ago, and for good reason, y'all. It's so beautiful, and it's pretty long lasting to be a tinted moisturizer as well. So I want to use this in combination with different powders and the setting sprays to kind of see how it holds up, but yeah, this one's going on the tray. Next foundation is the Rare Beauty foundation. This is one that was like my favorite about a year ago, a little bit more than a year ago, but since my collection has grown so much, I don't get to it as much. So this is going on a tray more so I can get a little bit more use out of it, but I already know this one is a bomb foundation. Gives you great medium to full coverage. I get about 6 hours on the skin, a lot longer with a good primer. So yeah, she's going on the tray. And the last foundation I'm adding to the tray is the Westman Atelier Cream Stick Foundation. Now this is one of my probably top 3 favorite foundations. I get about 6 hours of wear before I need to touch up. I get longer with a good primer underneath, but the color matches me really well. It's a creamy product that gives you a beautiful buttery skin look, which is my favorite type of look for my skin. You can get medium to full coverage with this foundation, and yeah, it just looks really luxe, very much worth the price point. I'm adding this one to the tray as well because it's getting a little bit cooler outside, and so I like to bring out my more creamy and emollient foundations during the cooler months. Next up is the Juvias Place Cream Bronzer. This was on the last 2 trays, y'all, and I just never get to it. I've been so obsessed with the LYS and my other one that I just never get to it, but it's a creamy product. The color I have is amber. It's a little warmer. I don't really hear a lot about this cream bronzer, so I feel like the next look that I do that's going up on my channel, I'm I'm going to be using this because I really want to get use out of it, especially since it's more of a creamier product compared to my other cream bronzers. I really want to use this in the cooler months. So yeah, she's going on the tray. The Hourglass Vanish Concealer is going on the tray. I wear the color Maple. This is a really good concealer. I used to wear it all the time, but since I got the Haus Labs concealer, I hadn't been reaching for her as much. Hydrating, so it works well in the cooler months too. She stays, doesn't crease as much, but I just want to use her up this month, so she's going on the tray. Moving on to highlighters, I have the Hourglass Ambient Powder. This one's in the color Dim Light. I was obsessed with this powder before I got the shade Eternal Light, but it's just a beautiful complexion product. It's a finishing powder that just gives you a beautiful sheen to the skin. It sort of looks a little bit more like a highlighter, but sheen as well, but a little bit of a highlight effect because of the shade of it. Absolutely gorgeous on African American skin tones, but I've been neglecting her since I got Eternal Light, but I'm bringing her back out because she gives me more holiday vibes. Next is a product that I don't think I've talked about on my channel before, and I've only used this one time, and it's the Juvias Place Liquid Highlighter. This one's in the color Nubian Gleam. I caught a sale at Ulta about a month and a half ago and got it for like $4 or $5. It's such a beautiful color. I feel like every time I tried to get one of these, this shade was never in stock, and it happened to be in stock that day when it was on sale. So I picked it up. She's going on the tray because number one, I don't use her, so I need to put her at the forefront. And then number two, this gives me holiday vibes as well. The last couple of products on the tray are some skin prep products. I have the MAC Studio Radiance Primer. This is the most beautiful primer I own, and I have some really good primers, but this one's so unique. It gives you that really creamy, juicy, buttery skin look. When it says moisturizer, illuminating, and silky, it's very much that. I use this in the cooler months just because I don't want like dewy on top of dewy type of look in the summer heat, especially here in Houston, but this is a really good one, so I like to use it in the cooler months. Not only does it give you a beautiful, just really silky, buttery skin look, but it extends the wear of your makeup like 2 or 3 hours longer than it would. Usually products that are like those radiant type products, it gives you a radiant finish, but it doesn't extend the wear of your makeup. This one does that. It's really good. It feels so luxurious on your hands and on your skin. When I got this, this was such a groundbreaking product, but yeah, I already knew she was coming back out in the cooler months, so she's going on the tray. And along with that, I have the MAC Fix Plus Hydrating Spray to go along with that. So usually when I use that primer, when I finish my makeup, this is the spray that I set it with, and it really extends the wear of my makeup that day, but it just goes along with that same hydrating energy. It looks hydrating. It doesn't mattify. It just gives you more of a dewy, glowy look to the skin, but it helps it to be more long lasting as well. Last couple products are actually lipsticks. I wanted to pull out my deeper, more sultry lip colors, which I typically do in November and December. So this one's a MAC lipstick in the color Media. I think Media is discontinued, but this one was like super viral a few years ago, but I still love it. It's a deep, dark wine shade. So that's what it looks like. Super pretty on any skin tone and very creamy. I like to wear it with a dark brown liner. So yeah, I'm pulling her out. Next lipstick on the tray and the last product is going to be this Chanel lipstick. This one's in the color 18. It's one of those that's in like the pop out situation, the little slim one. It has a matte finish, unlike Media has like a satiny creamy finish. This one's a little bit more matte, but it's a wine shade as well, but it's a little bit lighter than Media. I'll put it on top. So this one has more of a reddish, a little bit brighter in color than Media is, but it looks really pretty, and it's something different than I usually wear, so I like to pull this one out in the wintertime. Throughout the month of November, those are the products that I'm going to be the most intentional about. I still have another haul coming. I'm waiting on the rest of my products to come in from the Sephora sale, so I'll probably be trying those out as well, and maybe a few other things in my collection, but those are the ones that I wanted to be super intentional about. So comment down below, let me know, what are some of those products that you're going to be pulling back out in the month of November. Hopefully this video was helpful or inspired you to use some of your products that you never reach for. Every single thing that I used today will be listed down below in the description box, so be sure to check that out. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love. 'Cause too fresh with the scar.